Hey y'all, before we get rolling, if you run a nonprofit, this is for you. Comfy Stone just released a free 90-day donor retention checklist to help you keep more donors through authentic storytelling. Get your copy at comfystone.com/checklist or click the link in our show notes. Now let's dive into this week's episode.
Missions by
Hey, welcome back to Missions by You. I'm Maya McGee, and I'm here with my co-host, Brenna Gorgio.
Hey, Maya.
Hi. Today, we are excited to have Alex and Jace from Be Loud. Alex Owens is the executive director, and Jace is a DJ at Be Loud Studios, a local nonprofit dedicated to amplifying kids' confidence through radio and digital media production. Welcome in, y'all.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, glad to have y'all here.
Yeah, excited.
So my first question is for you, Alex. For our listeners, can you tell us more about Be Loud and how you got started?
Yeah, again, our mission is to amplify youth voice and confidence through radio production, and we started this actually in my classroom. I was a makerspace teacher. Jace was one of my students a long time ago, and my co-founder, Diana, and I were interested in how do we make writing more engaging, recognizing that there were young people who in my space wanted to try new things and were willing to engage and do cool stuff, but when asked to do a worksheet, they're like, no, I don't want to do this. And so we gave them a microphone, and like the kids liked it. They kept wanting to record. When are we going to record again? But like I loved it. And so I was like, how do I just keep doing this? So we turned it into an after school program and day camps off break. And then the school year ended and it was like, well, what are we going to do next? And so we started a summer camp, and that was in 2019. And now 6 years, it's been 6 years. Wow. We worked with 1,000 young people this year on the mic, which is really awesome. We do that in 3 ways. One, we have like a core community of DJs. Like Jace is such a big part of that. It's middle and high schoolers that come and record every Saturday. They come to our summer camp. We go out in the field. We'll go to Pelicans games. We'll go to Jazz Fest, but we'll also record community leaders and interview different people making changes. And then we have Jace, who's a junior producer, who's a mentor and a leader of our program. We also work with teachers called the Pass the Mic Fellowship. We pay teachers to create audio content with their classroom, knowing that they have the trust in the community and the young people who have a lot to say, just need the community to say it. And then we have a lot of community partnerships, helping other organizations, again, that have young people who have a lot to say and just giving them, the space and the skill set to be heard. And so, yeah, anything to add to that, Jace? We got
actually, I just want to take it back to where you were mentioning your class, like the actual start, like the class. Initially, like when I remember this from Jesus Christ, first grade, my first year at Bricolage. Like Mr. Alex's class, like he personally, it was my favorite class. It really brought out my creative aspects that I had as a young kid. Like almost everybody when they were young had like a very small spark of creativity in them. Totally. But Mr. Alex here really brought that out. like she's like I was every day, like I was so pumped, like I was just waiting so I could go to Makerspace and just like build something random and just show it off to him. Like wow, yeah, it's one of my favorites and one of my core memories back then.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, we go way back. You know what I mean?
Jace, you said first grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
and so, how long have you been a participant in Be Loud, or in like when it was just his class? Even how long has radio production been a part of your life?
Okay, so radio production, my first experience with radio production was with Be Loud, and I haven't started until like a few years back. So yeah, I'm relatively experienced is what I could say, but not compared to others, because other people that are in Be Loud, they have been here since Jesus Christ, like the very beginning.
Time immemorial, really.
They've been here since the very beginning. Back then it was called Brico Radio, and like was it the exact same as Be Loud? Like I'm not sure. Like has it changed at all?
Yeah, I mean, we called it Brickle Radio because that was like our school name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Right.
so it was sort of this extension of my classroom. But we wanted to work with kids outside of Bricolage, right? Yeah. And so it was like, cool, how do we kind of open it up to the community? And that's when we did that. And we call like those original like kids like OG DJs. Jace, I think it's been like year 4. I had to kind of pull Jace back in the mix a little bit. He was a little reluctant, you know what I mean?
Very reluctant. Like, I wasn't a very outgoing person in school. Like, I had a close group of friends, but I also branched out with my other classmates. But still like overall I was so very introverted.
Yeah.
Like never talked to anyone, you know.
So bricolage is in elementary school,
Yep.
right? So how
middle,
young
yeah.
and middle? How young are people that you're getting on the mic?
Yeah.
How young are these?
I mean, especially
young-
starting off is like, let's do it with kindergartners. Let's do it with,
so cute.
yeah, it's cool. I mean, kindergarten's got a lot to say. And now, you know what I mean? And so now, especially through our teacher fellowship, we actually have a kindergarten teacher who's doing a project, recording young people and conversations with their parents. So she's holding these parent nights where she'll mic up and have parents talk to their kids.
Wow.
And then we, 2 weeks ago, did recordings with a workforce development program, 22 to 28-year-olds, right? And so, I mean, that's the beauty, man. Like these microphones allow you to connect to different people, especially intergenerationally, but also like everyone has something to say and has a right to say it.
Has a right to say it and should be heard.
And it should be heard. That's right.
I read something recently about a teacher who challenged their, I think it was middle schoolers, go home and have a conversation with someone in your house.
Yeah.
And most of the students came back and were like, my parents were tired or my parents were busy. And so I think of like kids not having a space to like talk.
Yes.
And this being like, this is where I get to say like, even if it's just what show you're watching, what you're into right now, like being able to communicate that.
Totally.
That's such a big part of our program. Like, it's not a junior radio program. It's not like tech skills and Jace is going to be a future podcaster. It's like, this is just a vehicle to have authentic conversations with other young people, with coaches and mentors, but community, right? Jace has interviewed a lot of people throughout the community. And like, that's harder to do the more technology becomes prevalent in our lives.
Right.
But also schools aren't built for that, right? Schools are pretty siloed places. So where are young people like Jace being able to meet mayoral candidates and community leaders and activists and artists and really being able to practice those skills of like, I'm listening to you, I have questions, and you need to listen to what I have to say too.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Like, where else am I going to talk to a mayor? Like in school? Oh, like bring me to, like into like some like history class or something?
Yeah.
Or government class? Yeah, I'm taking government right now. So yeah, my government class, like, no, not anywhere else.
Yeah, that's right.
The mic also must give youth a lot of power. There are a lot of avenues for youth to gather or harness their power in New Orleans. I'm thinking of the Youth Advisory Council, et cetera. But with a microphone, it's like, I'm listening to what you, powerful person, is saying, but also so is everybody else.
That's right.
Because I'm recording it.
Yeah. Well, and it makes it a more even playing field. Because you talk about if the mayoral candidate would have come to your class, I'm sure it'd be very much like you're seated, you and all your classmates are seated and they're speaking. But now you're like, no, we're eye to eye. We're,
Yeah.
Like
that's really cool.
Like a very open thing. Like you can't like have a condensed, more like in personnel, more detailed conversation with them. You know, because it's a class. Everybody wants to go. You know.
Right.
Yeah, the level playing field is big to me. I think that's really important. And it's like Jace will prepare questions for an interview, but we tell when the adult gets in the room, whoever they are, it's like, y'all got to have some questions for the youth, right? And so it's like, this is a conversation, yes, but it's also like there needs to be that exchange of curiosity and interest and empathy. And so adults need help with that sometimes, but microphones help for that two-way street as well.
Yeah, totally. So what types of content are you working on now, Jace?
So right now, actually, I mean, despite missing my last session, we're preparing for our golden mics in December.
Yep.
Right?
December.
Yeah, December. So our golden mics are like, it's very hard to explain because it could be anything, you know? Like, it's just a culmination of what we learned over the past few sessions, over an entire collective year. All right, so basically
You got it.
all right, so our golden mic is just one like big grand recording about anything, right? Like it could just be on, a video game like your family, or you could just make it personal to your own, and it is going to be presented to like the parents of our DJs who go to the sessions, and we usually present it in like the Broad Theater or just any big space. So yeah, it's just something big, grand, just a celebration. Just a celebration of us.
Yeah. And you work on those projects in groups, or is it just your solo project?
Yeah, it could be a group project. It could be an interview like we're doing right now. It could be a podcast. It could just be anything.
Yeah, right around the corner. It's happening in December.
Yeah, y'all are gonna get invited. December
was hoping.
13th. You know what I mean? Come on through.
Amazing.
Yeah, we rent out the Broad Theater, and it's parents, it's family, it's siblings, but also we try to invite community members to come in. And it's like a celebration of like youth, right? Like we do direct a lot of the stuff they say. Okay, we are gonna talk about X this week. But this is an opportunity really for them to write about whatever they want. So whether it's like the wage gap between WNBA and NBA, or you did Poison, right? You did a whole segment on the song Poison. I don't know if you remember 2 years ago. And it was just like,
I was curious of which poison we were talking about.
It was like what's like something just about music in general.
Yeah,
you know, like,
you just kind of got wacky, or it was someone interviewed their cat and then like had an exchange with their cat. Or
there's a lot of promise there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or we had a young person talk about like the Trans Day of Remembrance, right? And so again, this is like a big theme, whether we're talking to teachers, is just like, we want to teach skills and we want to connect in the community, but we also want to provide spaces where we allow them to talk about the things that matter most to them. To us, that feels like the most respectful, the most appropriate, the most equitable thing to do is not just dictate every subject, but to say like, hey, where are the spaces where you are not only going to be able to speak, but there is going to be a theater full of people who are going to celebrate that and affirm that.
Yeah.
Y'all got to come. It's a cool event.
Oh, absolutely.
It's already on the calendar.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Say less.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So what has been your favorite interview or story that you've been a part of at Be Loud? And this is a question for both of you.
Something to think about. Something to think about, definitely, because my strong suit with Be Loud relies mainly in the interviews. It's easier to talk to people. Like it flows. Like I'm not a great script writer. I'm just gonna come out and say that. Like writing scripts is not my strong suit, and I don't really enjoy that. But with interviews, like I could just go off rip and ask questions or have conversations with whoever I'm interviewing. Because I get to know the background of them first, and get to know like slight personal things about them, which makes it easier. So like, shoot, I can't really pick a specific experience personally, but I can definitely go about like mainly my most of the interviews I get are definitely from when we go to Jazz Fest, definitely.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, we go to Jazz Fest, we interview a bunch of vendors, we have fun with ourselves, like we walk around, talk to vendors, definitely eat, we buy things, and it's just mainly about community.
Yeah.
Whenever we go to those events. Like we hang out with each other, and sometimes we hang around with the vendors themselves. So yeah, it's just an overall fun experience, and that's where I usually get most of my interviews in. Mainly from not just the vendors, but also the people who also go there as well. Sometimes they say no, but that's all right. There's like billions of people go out there, so it's just easy to get another one. And most people are also really excited to be interviewed as well. Like, me, like be on the interview, and they ask like a bunch of questions. So yeah, it's very fun, very heartwarming.
Yeah, and people just want to be heard. That enjoyment of like, you want to interview me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's also like terrifying, right? Like. First of all, like I've tried to get a press pass at Jazz Fest every year, and like no word. So like we get these like community passes. If you're a nonprofit, you can get some free ones. So we get community passes, and then we got like sneak our gear in. And so we have like friends who are like musicians who work with on. So we'll like literally sneak like a bunch of iPads and microphones, and I'll go pick them up, and the kids are at the kids tent. The youth were at the kids tent, and then I give them like their little setup, their snowball mics and their iPads, and I give them 3 stickers, and I say, you got to go interview 3 people, anyone you can go find, be back here in an hour. You know what I mean? And it's cool, but like it's overwhelming. Like there's a lot of our youth who are just like, I'm overstimulated. This is too much.
Yeah, I'm overstimulated at Jazz Fest.
For sure.
So.
And we've, I used to just be like, well, good luck. But now it's like, all right, how do we kind of differentiate the experience? But there's also something really powerful to that, to say like, yo, you did that. You went out in Jazz Fest. You interviewed someone. And Jace is like, that is a really strong point of Jace. Like he'll be like real quiet and real nervous. And they'll be like, all right, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's cool.
So I think those experiences are favorite, like Jazz Fest, Treme Fest. My favorite we did, like this was a while back, we went to the French Quarter on Halloween and we gave them all costumes and we did like a costume, I don't know if you were with Bilal at the time, like a costume competition. We just got like tons of random costume stuff. We said, all right, we're going to have a costume fashion show. And they put it on and I was like, all right, let's go to Jackson Square and start interviewing people.
Fun.
And it was just like weird. You know what I mean? It's weird and wacky. And like one kid said, Bilal is forced socialization. I was like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So those are really great. And then one thing we've been doing recently, and this was my favorite experience from the fall, is we've been having a lot of groups come to our studio. And so in the fall, we did something around the mayoral election and community change. And so we had activists and organizers come who are working hard, like trying to, cultivate some change in the community. And we paired them up with young people. We had about 10, 12 community leaders. And then we had, 24, 26 young people in the room. And we broke them up and said, interview each other about the changes you want to see. And just like the vibe and the novelty of it and the positivity of it, like everyone left just feeling like a little hype. And so it's cool to go places, but it's also cool to like create those spaces where not only our young people feel like they belong and they're empowered to tell their story, but to have people who have been working in the community for a long time to feel that vibe too. So you were there. Yeah. Were you for that?
I believe so.
Yeah, we'll cut that out.
So for the interviews, you guys will use those to make the podcast or radio segments?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So we'll have, 10 groups, do 10 different interviews, and then we'll usually, pick the 3 or 4 that have to do with that theme. And then we put that out on a bi-weekly radio show on WHIV and WTUL. And then we put that out for podcast distribution.
Wow.
And what's cool is we used to do this with middle schoolers, and we were kind of talking about this, but like 2 hours a week isn't a lot of time, right? Like it takes a lot of effort to like produce a podcast. But as young people like Jace are getting older and want to keep doing things, and it's like, cool, I've been doing the same thing for the last couple of years. We've gotten some opportunity to scale this junior producer program. So we're starting to have young people edit, and we're starting to have young people filter and prioritize like what we want to do. They're starting to do like ambi and designing the sound and making the theme songs. And so that's cool. Like a big goal of ours is to be 100% youth led. And so it's not us not only editing but picking the topics, but really to like transfer that ownership to the youth and say, hey, this is 100% yours. It's a lot of work, so we're learning right now how we get there.
How to balance that. But you also get to share with more young people and people who have different interests, right? So someone who's like, I'm more musical.
Exactly.
I don't want to be on the mic.
Right.
Exactly.
Gets to work on the editing side and how you talked about creating that intro music, different things like that.
For sure.
Right.
Real quick, guys, did you know it can cost up to 7 times more to find a new donor than to keep one you already have? That's why at Comfy Stone, we created a free 90-day donor retention checklist. It's simple, step-by-step guide that shows you exactly what to do after someone donates. From how to thank them to how to tell stories that keep them engaged and giving all year long. You can grab your free copy at comfystone.com/checklist or click the link in our show notes. All right, let's get back to the show.
And the field of podcasting is changing as we speak, and it's becoming video as well. It's becoming music. It's becoming performance, sometimes live performances. Right. So do you see students taking inspiration from what's happening in podcasting or media and bringing that into the studio themselves?
Do I see them doing it kind of on their own, or is that something we want to be doing more?
Maybe both,
Yeah, I think so.
Or like coming in with suggestions of like, how can we recreate this? How can we do?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like suggestions, but eventually we just want to be a space where it's like, you want to create that thing, come on Wednesday and you can just do it. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And so
like
that's
open
a
studio.
Yeah.
Kind of. Oh, awesome.
And then we're going to start moving there in the spring and January. We're starting some new programming. But I would say too is like, again, we were talking about this is like, the medium is moving towards video and the algorithm, but there's something really like important to us about it being radio.
Totally.
Right? It being audio and allowing not just like the fancy lights to capture the best content, but to have a space where the best conversation's happening. And that matters more than the product we produce. And so as much as we want to like do the training and figure out how we can take your skills, we want to intern at Comfy Stone. Come on now. You know what I mean? Like we would love to be able to like have those pathways for young people. We ultimately care most about like the environment, the sense of belonging, the connection we're able to create. Yeah. And sometimes the algorithm doesn't allow for that. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's not what gets the most clicks. So
most of the time it isn't.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Most
so
of the time it isn't.
That's one thing we struggle with. Like the young people want to be on TikTok. And it's like, cool, we can start moving towards there, but like we're not a TikTok. Like that's for reasons that are core to our mission. That's not something we're going to be pivoting 100% into. What do you think about that? I don't think we've talked about that.
No, not one-on-one, but I'm definitely seeing, more stuff. Like, I've a couple times on my For You page on TikTok, I come across, the TikToks that we made for our TikTok page
for summer camp.
Yeah, but yeah, mainly it's focused on what we do in the actual station, not really.
Yeah,
that's true. Not trying to create content for the sake of content.
That's right.
But creating good conversations
That's right.
that, again, go back to your mission of empowering the young people to be able to talk about the topics they care about.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I like what you said. It's not content for the sake of content. But at the same time, it's like sometimes I listen to things, I'm like, yeah.
Someone
needs to hear that, right?
Yeah.
And so we're trying to level up. First, our skills as like adult. I mean, everyone that works with Be Loud is like great educators. And like we're emerging storytellers or content creators. These youth are amazing young people, emerging storytellers. So this is like about scaling and nonprofits and startups and all that, right? We're only 6 years in. So how are we both staying true to our mission, but also like leveling up our capacity and our skills to have a larger impact on the city? Right. And there's a tension that it's hard.
Yeah. Well, Jace, it sounds like you know where your strengths lie in some parts. You've already said that you're a great interviewer. And I'm wondering, what is something about radio or podcasting or producing that you're excited about learning about?
Something I'm really excited about. Kind of like that's a really good question. Maybe publication. I don't know. Like maybe I'm just like, I want to hear my voice like somewhere out in public. It's like I don't want to be like walking around somewhere, someone's blasting the radio and like hear my voice on it, because like not many people in the world listen to the youth nowadays. Mainly it's focused about the adults. They discard they just discard kids. It's like they don't know what you're talking about. Like they don't have great opinions that could contribute to our world. But people like me and others at Be Loud, like we really do, right? So yeah, I just want to hear myself out in the world and try and make a difference personally.
I love that.
It's true. Older people do discredit younger people's voices. And I think we have to change that narrative because one day your age group will be running the world. Yeah. And, I hope that you guys feel the confidence and have the knowledge to run a world that I'll still be living in, but y'all are in charge of,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this. It's like, one day Jace is going to run the world. But also Jace right now is human and has an experiences and impacted by the things going on, right? Whether it's school policy, whether it's gun violence, whether it's like local community issues. And so it's like, we want Jace to be prepared to make the right decisions. But even Jace right now is inheriting systems and policies in a community that is saying things to him, right? And we want to be able to talk back. And one thing that we talk about a lot is people will be like, who's your audience? Who's your audience? And like, this, again, to the TikTok things, is like, this isn't like a for youth by youth program. Like, we're not creating content for youth to share with other youth. We want to get there, and we're starting to do more things in schools. But really what we're hoping to do is translate youth experience for adults, right? And like, that's our audience, so that you can better understand what Jace has to say, what our community has to say, so that you, therefore, the people with power, can consider that when you make decisions, and that you can invite young people into the conversations that you're already having. So that's like a big thing that we've really worked out that's important to us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jace and your other DJs grow throughout the years?
how much time we got. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You know, we were saying, like, some of these kids I've known since, like, first grade. So when Jace is like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, my God.
Don't sound like that.
You good?
I do not sound like that.
You good? I'm like, man, yeah. So it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm really good.
I mean, the kid we start. So when I tell that story, you know, the first kid we recorded with, Byron, you know, I remember him coming off the bus with like a piece of paper. I was like, yo, if you write a script, we'll record it. We'll put it on the radio. I didn't really know what that meant. And this kid comes running off the bus and he's like, looks like he wrote a ransom note. And he's like, oh, I'm ready. Let's do it. You know what I mean? It was called New and Cool. It was all about how to like make slime. And like,
it was called New and Cool, and it was all about how to make slime.
And if you knew Byron, I mean, Byron now is a senior
I feel
at
like
Noka.
I do know Byron
Yes,
just by this
sure,
story.
yes. We all know Byrons in our life. But, you know, Byron 2 weeks ago sent me an acceptance letter to college.
Wow.
And I was just like, right? And so to see that trajectory of him and to see what he's gone through. Middle school's a hard time. These kids went through COVID, right? They're going through high school, right? And so like to see not only like quote unquote growth, but like stability, right? And like him showing up every day, him being an amazing, Jace being an amazing mentor, right? Like he once was a 5th and 6th grader in this program. And now every summer when there's new 5th and 6th graders who are shy, Jace will be one of the first ones to be like, hey, what's up? What do you know, my name's Jace, right? And so like those, yes, I've seen like big growth in Jace and I'm very like proud. I'm sure his mom's proud, but it's like kind of those incremental things that he does showing up every week. That's where I see it. And so y'all gonna make me tear up. You know?
I'm already there. Actually.
Yeah.
From slime ransom letter to college
Slime
acceptance.
ransom
Yeah.
letter. Yeah.
Wow.
It was cool. Have you felt like you've grown
On
on and off the mic, or
and off the mic.
Yeah.
Just like personally, I've definitely grown generally, and I've also grown on and off the mic definitely. But I don't know how to follow up that. Yeah. I feel like a bigger person personally. Like growing up as a kid in high school, so much to do in the world, like so much to worry about. We have so much responsibility, like just like the overall eventual, you know, like hey, I'm actually gonna have to play an integral part in like in society. It's a bunch to worry about and to look forward to, but so
it could be heavy?
yeah. So yeah, definitely I've seen growth in myself.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, middle school is weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
So
middle school is weird. So the time there'll be like a parent will be like, "Oh man, my kid is really grown to be loud," and I was like, or they just like aren't in 7th grade anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's cool to like be there for that growth, that natural like development. But like, as much as I like working with high schoolers or kindergartners, it's like we specifically want to target a 6th and 7th grader because they're gonna take that developmental leap. But also, like, that's when they need community most.
Yeah.
Right.
That's when they need someone to say, like, I hear you. You know what I mean? Like, we believe in you, right? We affirm your experience. And that can be kind of the loneliest time for a lot of the young people that we work with. So I think that idea of, like, growth is, like, that's that age that we really hope to be there to propel growth or to be supportive of it.
Yeah.
Jace didn't need it. Jace has been a G his whole life. You know what I mean? So
I believe it.
yeah. It's funny you say you're introverted. Like, you always say this. You're like, oh, I'm an introvert. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you're actually a really personable...
In general life, yes, I am definitely introverted. It's because, like, I've settled in, you know? Like, once you get settled into a place, it just comes off. Like, it's just off the rip. Like, you know what to do. You feel welcomed. You, like, you don't have to compress your feelings and your thoughts and anything like that. So, yeah, definitely in general life, when I'm in new spaces, I'm definitely introverted. But, like, in anywhere with people I know, then it's gonna come off naturally.
Does it take a lot of energy? Is that also something where it's like you can show up and be social or interview someone, but afterwards you're just like, ugh? Not
really. Not to me. I know some people can. It could definitely feel like that, but for me, no, not. I'm not. I'm always an energetic person. Like, I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but
it definitely seems like it right now.
Oh, okay. Yay! But like, still, yeah, I'm not I don't really lose energy that fast. I'm always doing something to just sharpen myself as a person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always able to, get into this with a good attitude, like positive attitude, come out with a positive attitude, and if I have another thing to do, you can just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
You definitely show up. There will be like, we've had a lot of like awkward things we've gone and done, and Jace is always like, yeah, no, I'll do it. I'm like, are you sure? I don't know if I want to do it. Are you guys consider yourself introverted or extroverted?
It's funny because I sometimes feel like I am introverted, but everyone would also be like, absolutely not. You are so extroverted.
Yeah.
Like,
People say the same about me, but I think there's a term for that. It's called a charismatic introvert. And we're here.
that is the term I've been looking for.
You're actually in the presence of 3 of them right
right.
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that makes sense.
We can turn on the charm, but
Yes.
eventually we have to close the door and you have
hear
to
that.
leave by 9.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I hear that.
I'm going to dim the lights. It's closing time. Like, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
That's good positivity, though. I think that's a great energy to bring to all situations because I guarantee you for the rest of your life, there'll be things where you're like, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah, there's always stuff like right now that I don't feel like doing. Like, just last week, I had like 3 tests in one day, right? And I had to like study the previous day until like 8:00 since I got like home from school. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore, right?
Yeah.
But it's something that you have to do.
Yeah.
It's like it's priority, right? Like you could get this done, and then you can have fun afterwards.
Yeah.
Like that's the mindset that I use to get through things that are difficult for me, and it works.
I think that was a lie I was told as a child. Like, you're going to turn into an adult and you don't have to do anything you don't want to do anymore. And that's,
That is resilience. Like seeing something or multiple things that you do not want to do.
That's right.
And having to do them.
Yeah, and they also don't stay the thing, right? Like you could, I feel like I tell my child this all the time. It's like, you might not want to do it when you get there, and then you warm up, and then you do it, and all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm happy I did that.
Yeah.
Or that turned into something. Like, I'm always amazed that they actually show up on Saturdays. You know what I mean? Like, it's completely voluntary.
Yeah.
And I know there are mornings where you wake up and you're like, I would rather, watch cartoons. I know that's a little outdated. Like, I'd rather just hang out in my bed and not like put clothes on and have to go talk to strangers and have like Alex barking at me. And so we start off every session saying like, yo, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And that means a lot. And like, that's so true. Right. And so, yeah, man, it's a good lesson of like, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. And if you do that enough, you start to just make it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And where else can young people really learn that lesson
Yeah.
while being creative, while getting skills,
That's right.
advocating for themselves in the space of adults.
Yeah.
It's really an incredible gumbo you got going on
For
here.
sure. Yeah, the fact that it's like 100% voluntary really helps. That was like one of the things I didn't like about teaching. It's like no matter how much Jace liked my class, he still had to be there at a specific time.
Yeah.
Right.
With like a kind of mandated group of people, right? And like, and so I was like teaching like 150 kids a day, and it's just like, and so it's just like this space where like we all choose to be is a privilege, but it's also I think what makes it special. And so, it's just a different vibe than school for sure.
What's your most memorable moment from Be Loud?
Now, my personal experience with Be Loud, like almost every time I be there, is a memorable moment for me, because it's just so collective, like the community. Our community is so grand, so great. Everyone there cares for one another as if they're if we were each other's siblings, So like, yeah, I can't really pinpoint an accurate moment because it's just so natural. And so comforting, so caring, so kind of like each time, each time someone enters, they're like, hey, what's going on, man? Like, it's just memorable overall.
Jace, you are coming with the heartstring, like pulling on the heart.
No. I want to join.
Like, turn it down a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, it's funny. Like, I had to submit a picture for something today, and they're like, "We want pictures of you working with youth." And there's actually not a lot of pictures of me and Jace being like, something like I'm the one taking the picture, or like I don't try to be in pictures, And I was just like, whoa, that was cool. Right, that was cool. That was cool. That was cool. I was like, man, we've done a lot of like cool stuff. And I was looking at actually a lot of golden mics, so it's cool to hear you say that. Like, I feel like the golden mic is such a good moment. But my favorite part of our sessions is we end every session, and this is not like a crazy different thing. It's like we end every session in gratitude, right? And so we do a shout out circle, and sometimes it can be a little laborious. Sometimes people are like, oh, but there's always this moment where it like clicks and there's just this energy of gratitude. And people are saying like, hey, when you did that, I see you. Or you were new to the group and that takes a lot of courage and like, let's snap it up. And so if that, there's tons of moments to Jace's point that we could point to, but like 9 times out of 10, that gratitude circle is like such a beautiful culmination of our larger experience, especially when we bring outsiders in. So it's cool. Gratitude circles. We should do one at the end of this.
Yeah, we should.
We should.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We usually end on a fun question.
I didn't mean to.
But I think we should do. Let's skip the fun question. Do the gratitude circle.
What was the fun question?
Who's your dream person to interview and why?
I know we're over time, but who's that? What you got? I feel like we ask you guys this all the time, and you're like, I don't know. And it's like, come on, like let's dream big here. You know what I mean?
I've personally never been asked this, but like,
oh, don't stop! You call me a liar?
I've never heard this question in my life.
Jace said, I'm starting off the heartstrings, and I'll give you some smoke.
I'm not. But like, I just personally don't recall being asked like, who would you want to interview? Like,
I'm gonna ask you all the time. You know what I mean?
Serious. All right. So, shoot, like, I don't really have anybody in mind. Maybe,
see what I mean?
Like,
You know what I'm
it's not just that, but like, it can't, like, can it be anything? Like I want to, like, shoot, like. I don't even want to interview a person. I want to interview like an actual, like a talking animal, for God's sake.
Yes.
Like,
You stole my answer. I was gonna say the first dog in space.
Yeah, like just any like an animal. Like I want to like know their thoughts, like how they live. You know, like how they put up with their lives and stuff. Like it's it's different from human lives. So
Yes.
like I just want to get into their mind space. I thought it would just be something interesting.
Agreed.
That is very. Have we've sent a dog to space?
Yeah, we have.
We sent a
Oh,
bunch of
not
animals
us.
to-
Russia.
Russia, okay.
sent a dog to space. Yeah. I forget her name, but
It was like Laika.
I think it was Leica. Yeah.
You really are into the dog in space.
I just remember.
We're into animals.
Yeah, that's
Charismatic
cool.
introverts,
That's
you
right.
know?
Yes, that's it. All right, we got to make this happen. We got to get you interviewing an animal. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I think those dogs with the buttons really freak me out because the really.
buttons? What you talking about?
Oh, you know the
Oh
buttons.
yeah, I saw TikTok. Like someone asked her like dog question, and like they have like multiple buttons set out with like different words or phrases
Oh,
on
and
it.
they
Like,
press it?
And then they press it,
like,
yeah.
like please give me
Yeah.
food or like something
Yeah.
like along those lines.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's giving
Yeah, we should
Planet
work
of the
on it. We
Apes.
need to
Yeah.
give-
It's
Yeah.
really interesting. They'd be like treat, and then they'll be like walk, and then they'll be like hug, and you're like,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
where did hug come from?
Yes.
Yeah, it's wild.
All right, we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen.
What about you, Alex?
Well, now I don't know. Yeah, like personally,
Yeah,
or
anybody.
like who I would want to see young people.
No, you
interview.
personally, yeah.
I think there's like normal answers like Barack Obama, right? Like people of like influence. But I also like something, and we're trying to do this more, is like my dream interviews are people who don't get interviewed. You know what I mean? Like people who often don't have that opportunity to like share their experience. And so when we have that opportunity to be like, hey, we're going to interview you about your life, what you're scared of, what you're afraid of, like just basic, like what do you love? That always is like, so again, it reminds me of why I started this work, right? Where I was just like, man, this feels different. Like this feels meaningful. And so I don't have like a specific group. There's a few opportunities that we're really excited about, but I say that it's like, yeah, I want to interview Barack Obama, but I also want to like bring microphones where microphones aren't supposed to be. So, what you think about that? Yeah. All right. It's not as fun.
I feel like
yeah.
mine's like a bit over the top and kind of simple at the same time. It'd be Beyonce.
Yeah. There
Like
you go.
I just want to be like, when you said to the left,
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah. Where'd that come
Everything they
from?
own.
Everything
With
in
the
a
box
box?
of
Yeah.
How long did it take you to pack that?
Yes.
Or was he a minimalistic? Like,
That's it.
I love that.
Y'all gotta come to our Saturday. We talk about Byron. Byron's a huge Beyonce fan.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all would have a great conversation.
him and I can do a segment just on Beyonce.
This is what I'm
lyrics. Like,
saying,
what we'd
y'all.
wanna
When
talk
are you
about.
coming?
Dream.
When are we bringing the lights? When are we like making this happen? You know?
Yeah. Well, let's do our gratitude circle.
Okay, so do you want to lead it?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
He would be grateful not to lead the gratitude
Talking
circle.
about like leadership and ownership and then you do it. So we all get in a circle. We usually stand. We're not going to do that here. And you just say like, I got a shout out. And everyone says,
Shout out.
right? Okay. So I'm going to say, I got a shout out.
Shout out.
Big shout out to Jace. Thanksgiving break. Again, you could be anywhere in the world. You're right here. It's nerve wracking to be under the lights and share your experience, but I'm really grateful. It's also cool for me to hear you talk about Be Loud in an authentic way. So I appreciate you being here.
No problem, man.
And then that person gets to pick the direction. I'm going to go this way.
I have a shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out everyone behind the cameras.
Yeah.
Family who's behind the scenes,
That's
Comfy
right.
Stone family behind the scenes. Thank y'all so much for making all of this happen.
Yes, beautiful.
I got a shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to my longtime friend, Brenna, for joining me on my podcast.
It's a dream come true.
It really is. This is amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah. You all got a special. I can feel the vibe. I can feel the energy. You know what I mean? It's good, yeah.
All right, I got a shout out.
Shout out.
Have a big shout out for Alex. You know, he's the guy at Be Loud. So like, of course I'm gonna shout him out. But I also have a shout out for everyone in this space. Like, really appreciate y'all contacted us and like let us come out, share our opinions and ideas. Like, I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to be anywhere else.
That's
so.
right. That's right. This was about. That's all right. This was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
you.
this
Yeah,
was
yeah,
great. Thanks for coming, guys.
Of course.
No problem.
Before we completely wrap, how can people find and support Be Loud?
You want to grip it and rip it and tell the channels? Yeah. Follow us on Instagram at Be Loud Studios. Our website's beloudstudios.org. And then our podcast is the Be Loud Radio. And, every 2-3 weeks we put out an episode. And come, Broad Theater, December 13th. Y'all got to be there. You got to be there. You got to be there. Tammy's going to be there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're all.
You gotta be there.
You gotta be there. You get a car. You get a car. And so, yeah. But follow us. The best way is to follow us on Instagram.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks again, y'all. This has been great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks,
Appreciate it. Yeah,
guys.
this is awesome. Appreciate it. Nice job. Proud of you.
No, thank you.
Thanks for listening to Missions Bayou, powered by Comfy Stone. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow the podcast wherever you listen. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment, letting us know your thoughts and who you'd like to hear from next. We'll see y'all next time.